My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full UFC fight cards. We give you our bets, we give you our picks, and we give you our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our content. And this video is brought to you by BETU Play to Earn. It is the world's first play-to-earn sports and esports betting game. Check it out now at betuearn.com. That's bet, the letter U, earn.com. Next up, at UFC Vegas 49, we have Priscila Cachoeira versus Yeon Kim. Priscila Cachoeira, 10-4 overall, 2-3 in her last five, coming off a submission loss just a few months ago. Yeon Kim, 9-4 overall, 2-3 in her last five, coming off a performance of the night loss to Molly McCann. Priscila Cachoeira has heavy pressure, and she throws heavy punches. She's coming off a first-round submission loss after a nice two-fight knockout streak. She is definitely a striker, but she does have okay takedown defense at 65%. She has very real power for the division, but she can be KO or bust. If you look at the stats, you'll notice Priscilla's striking differential of about 4-7, which means for every 4 significant strikes that she lands, she is hit 7 times in return. If you look closer at her losses, she's absolutely dominated in those and on her feet with her opponents. If she's not knocking them out, she's just falling way behind. I know you guys are going to be like, well, a lot of that happened because she fought Valentina Shevchenko. That's not the only fight where her strikes were essentially doubled against her. Yeon Kim is also a striker, but instead of fighting in the pocket and looking for power shots, she likes to fight at range and pick people apart. I don't normally care about range. You guys have heard me go on and on a million times about people who just pull up Tapology and say, oh, this person has a 1-inch reach advantage, so clearly they're going to win. That's always nonsense. Range is a tricky thing because very few fighters use it well and use it effectively. Yeon Kim does use it pretty well. Kim does a good job staying on the outside and uses that range to pick people apart. The most success her opponents have is they take a shot or two to get it, meaning they receive a punch or two in the face to get inside of the range, and then they just grapple from there. She was taken down in every single one of her 4 UFC losses, and while she does have solid submission defense, she does not scramble well enough to work back up to her feet and get her hands going. Kim is a good size favorite here, almost a 2-1 favorite, and it makes sense, right? She's got nice volume, good cardio, solid distance control. And if Cachoeira doesn't knock her out, then honestly, I think Kim wins a pretty easy decision here. So I got to go with Kim. I think she plays that touch and go outside game. She obviously is going to try to avoid those big strikes. I think she does that successfully. I have her winning a unanimous decision, but obviously Priscila Cachoeira will be live for a KO as she is in every single fight. So I'm with Kim here. What are your thoughts?
I like Kim a lot in this matchup. I like her as a fighter as well. Everybody's talking about she's slow. I don't agree that she's slow. I think she's got incredible footwork in her striking. She has incredible volume, as you mentioned. She threw 374 strikes in her last fight versus Molly McCann. She showed that she almost tried to use some offensive grappling in this matchup. She wasn't able to get Molly McCann to the ground, but if she uses those same kind of like body lock, kind of trip takedowns against Priscila, she's going to be able to get this fight to the ground. I think that's her easiest path to victory. You take the KO out of the situation, you get the fight to the ground. Priscilla's somebody that's kind of lost once she gets there. I was actually kind of hoping when they were looking for replacements for Josie that they would put Josie versus Priscila, because I just want to see Josie knock her out. Because Priscila, her last fight, she misses weight. She comes in, she gets it onto the ground. She's almost submitted. She starts eye poking Robertson. Sorry, I couldn't think of her name, but she starts eye poking Robinson. She just seems like a dirty fighter to me. She just kind of KO or bust, hands low, kind of cocky in there. I wish that Kim kind of had that knockout power to finish her. I don't think she does. I think she can win this with volume, but I think her easiest path is to try and get this fight to the ground and just work the kind of ground game there. But I agree. I think she can use her length, play the distance game, and just kind of outpoint her to a victory as well. So I would love nothing more to see Priscila get knocked out. And that's all the offense in the world to Priscila. So,
yeah, I think, I don't know how anybody would be like, oh, I think Priscila Cachoeira can win a technical striking exchange. She's either going to knock out Kim or just lose all the exchanges and be on the wrong side of a decision. So I am with Kim. You are with Kim. $8,600 in DraftKings. Is that worth it?
I don't think so, because if it's a striking, I think, and, she maybe have the volume to put up the points against Priscilla, and she does have a good chin. I'm not worried too much about her getting knocked out as a lot of people are, because I think she has proven that her chin is pretty good. So I think that she plays more of a clinch game in this matchup to kind of neutralize the power of Priscilla. So I kind of stay away from the $8,600.
It's a lot. You start flirting with 9,000, you expect, because she's not going to get. The reality is, in DraftKings, most of the points, obviously you want to chase a stoppage. That's the most amount of points you're going to get. After that, it's the takedowns and the cage control. Straight up volume doesn't necessarily do it for you. And I don't know if Kim at $8,600 is going to have enough volume to make her worth that money.
Yeah, the only thing you kind of hope for with her is that she gets kind of one of those late volume TKOs, right? Where she just starts swarming her, and Priscilla just is kind of a standing TKO.
She's so really tough. Herself. Yeah, she's so.
I'm just worried about her cardio a little bit, but
Yeah, and everyone wants to call her a cheater and stuff, which is totally what's warranted. I get it.
But dirty.
She's so tough. She's so tough. So I would not count on her giving up or getting overwhelmed or anything like that.
I want Josie to run out after her fight and knock out Priscilla. Kind of like the WWE, just jump the cage, boom, just knock her out and just run away. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be so fun to watch.